My beloved, if your heart has been drawn to these words, know this: it is no accident. You are here because a deep, resonant truth within you is responding to a call to recognize what has always been true, but perhaps hidden in plain sight. You were set apart. This is not a statement of superiority, but of sacred designation. It is the foundational reality of your existence, the spiritual signature written upon your soul before the foundations of the world. You have felt it, haven't you? A sense of being different, of not quite fitting the molds the world offers, of carrying a weight of purpose that others seem to misunderstand. That feeling, my precious one, is not alienation. It is confirmation. It is the inner witness to the mark I have placed upon you. This mark is not visible to the human eye. It cannot be earned, bought, or replicated. It is an indelible imprint of my spirit upon your spirit, a seal of ownership and purpose. It is what the prophets of old carried, that unshakable knowing that they were speaking and living for a realm beyond the visible. It is what made them seem strange, too intense, too focused, too unwilling to compromise. They were not odd, they were marked. And so are you. This mark signifies that you do not belong to the systems of this world. Your citizenship, your allegiance, your source of life is rooted in eternity. This is why the values of temporary kingdoms often feel hollow to you. This is why you ache for justice when others settle for comfort. This is why your spirit recoils at lies that others accept as necessary. You are reacting according to your true nature, a nature marked by me. The evidence of this mark is not always in dramatic signs, but in the quiet fabric of your being. It is in the convictions you hold that you did not learn from any book. It is in the compassion that rises up in you for the broken, even when it is inconvenient. It is in the discernment that allows you to see the heart of a matter while others are distracted by the surface. It is in the holy discontent that stirs within you when you are living below the purpose you sense in your spirit. This mark creates a divine tension, a pulling between what is and what is meant to be, both in you and through you. It is the source of your deepest yearnings and your most profound strengths. But understand this, my child: a mark that sets you apart will also make you a target. In the natural, a mark distinguishes something for a specific use: a royal seal, a priestly garment, a consecrated vessel. In the spiritual realm, it is the same. My mark on you designates you for my use. The enemy recognizes this mark. He does not waste his finest strategies on those who are comfortably blended into the world's fabric. He targets the set-apart ones because he fears the potential of a life fully yielded to my will. The resistance you face, the sudden obstacles, the misunderstandings, they are often the direct result of this invisible, spiritual mark. The darkness is reacting to the light of your designation. Do not despair at this. Instead, let it affirm you. The opposition is a perverse confirmation of your calling. You are not being punished, you are being proven. The friction is not meant to destroy you, but to authenticate the genuineness of the mark. Gold is tested by fire to prove its purity. Your set-apart nature is tested by pressure to prove its origin is in me. So when you feel the heat, do not question my mark. Question the enemy's intent to make you doubt it. Your most powerful response is to lean deeper into the very identity that is being challenged. Today, I call you to a moment of sacred acknowledgement. This is between you and me. Look within, past the doubts, past the weariness, past the opinions of others. Can you sense it? The quiet, unshakable reality that you are mine? If you can, then it is time to agree with what I have already declared over you. Let your spirit rise and speak in alignment with my truth. Make this declaration, not as a wish, but as a reception of a finished work. I acknowledge the mark. I am set apart. My beloved, now that you have acknowledged the sacred mark, we must delve into its profound implications. This setting apart is not a passive state. It is an active, dynamic process with a clear purpose. It is not for isolation, but for instrumentation. You have been withdrawn from the common flow, not to be stored away on a shelf, but to be specifically fitted and prepared for a use that common vessels cannot fulfill. This is the mystery and the burden of your calling. You are set apart for something. The unease you sometimes feel is the tension between your current circumstance and that ultimate divine assignment. Your spirit remembers what your mind has yet to fully grasp. The primary purpose of this mark is consecration. This is an ancient word meaning to be made holy, dedicated exclusively to my service. Think of it, my precious one. Every tool in a master artisan's workshop has a specific purpose. The chisel is not used to measure, nor the brush to hammer. Each is set apart for its unique function. You are my chosen instrument in this generation. Your thoughts, your emotions, your gifts, your very presence are being consecrated, sanctified, for a work that requires purity of heart and singularity of focus. The world will try to use you for 1,000 different purposes, to dilute your dedication, to make you a general purpose tool. But the mark upon you resists this. It creates a holy dissatisfaction with anything less than the fulfillment of your true design. That inner tug, that knowing that you are meant for more than mere consumption and casual labor, is the voice of your consecration. This leads to the second purpose, representation. You are set apart to be my representative in spheres where my name is not known, where my nature is misunderstood. You are an ambassador of a heavenly kingdom. An ambassador does not adopt the customs and loyalties of the foreign land they visit. They represent the interests, culture, and heart of their home nation. You, my child, are an embassy of heaven on earth. The peace you carry in turmoil is a dispatch from your home country. The love you show that defies logic is a cultural export of your king's domain. The justice you advocate for is the policy of your homeland. When people encounter you, they should, at a spirit level, get a taste of what I am like. This is why your mere presence can convict or comfort, can stir unease or awe. You are a living representative, and the mark upon you is your diplomatic credential. The third purpose is revelation. You are set apart to see what others cannot see, and to declare what others dare not speak. The mark upon your life is like the anointing oil upon the eyes of a seer. It grants you spiritual perception. You discern the roots of problems while others argue about the symptoms. You sense the shifting spiritual atmosphere in a room, in a city, in a season. You receive insights, dreams, and knowings that carry my wisdom. This is not for your personal benefit alone, but for the benefit of the body, for the warning of the naive, for the guidance of the lost. You are a watchman on the wall, and the mark is your commission to see far and speak clearly. Do not fear this responsibility. The same mark that grants you sight will also grant you the courage to speak. Finally, my precious one, you are set apart for connection. This may seem contrary, but it is profound. You are drawn out of the world system so you can be perfectly joined to my body, the true fellowship of believers who also carry this mark. You will find your deepest relationships not with those who share your hobbies or profession, but with those who recognize the same mark on your spirit. This is a kinship of destiny, a fellowship of the set apart. You have felt lonely in crowds because you were looking for connection in the wrong places. I am connecting you to those who are on the same mission, who resonate with the same frequency of heaven. Your true tribe is not defined by blood or geography, but by this shared spiritual designation. Understanding these purposes, consecration, representation, revelation, connection, changes everything. It turns your feeling of being different from a curse into a curriculum. Every challenge is training for your representative role. Every moment of clarity is sharpening your revelatory gift. Every season of loneliness is guiding you to your true spiritual family. The mark is not a brand of exclusion. It is a blueprint for your destiny. Do you see the grandeur of this design? Does it lift the weight of misunderstanding and replace it with the weight of glory? If your heart is stirring with a sense of destiny, then vocalize your alignment. Step into the purpose. Declare your acceptance of this sacred trust. Speak it now. I accept the purpose of the mark, my beloved. Now we must address the sacred process, the how of this setting apart. For the mark is not merely a declaration, it is a journey of transformation. It is the daily, sometimes difficult, work of my spirit separating you from all that is contrary to your true design. This process is not always gentle, for it involves the removal of layers that do not belong to you. Layers of worldly identity, borrowed beliefs, and survival mechanisms that once served you, but now hinder your purpose. You are being unraveled to be rewoven. This is the evidence that the mark is active and alive within you. The first tool in this process is divine disruption. I will allow comfortable situations to become unsettled. Relationships that were once central may drift or require redefinition. A job that provided security may suddenly feel restrictive and empty. A belief system you inherited may begin to crack under the weight of new revelation. This is not chaos, my precious one. This is my careful deconstruction. I am dismantling the scaffolding others built around you so that the structure I designed can emerge. The anxiety you feel in these seasons is the friction between the old shell and the new life growing within it. Do not rush to rebuild the old comforts. Allow the disruption. Sit in the holy uncertainty, for it is in this space that you learn to depend solely on me, not on the familiar structures of the world. Alongside disruption comes the furnace of isolation. There will be periods where you feel profoundly alone, even in a crowd. This is a critical phase of the setting apart. In the crowd, you learn to mimic. In isolation, you learn to hear. I am drawing you away from the noise of many voices so you can distinguish the one voice that matters, mine. In this solitude, I am not abandoning you, I am tutoring you. I am teaching you that your validation, your companionship, your sufficiency is found in me alone. When you emerge from this furnace, you will no longer fear loneliness, for you will have discovered the difference between being alone and being alone with me. You will carry a self-contained peace that makes you independent of the crowd's approval, yet powerfully compassionate towards its needs. The third instrument is the mirror of confrontation. I will bring people and situations into your life that reflect back to you the parts of your character still in need of consecration. These might be difficult people who trigger your impatience, revealing a need for my patience. They might be injustices that ignite your anger, revealing a heart for my righteousness that needs to be channeled in prayer, not in fury. They might be temptations that expose areas of hidden compromise. Do not resent these mirrors, my child. They are gifts. They show you what the mark is destined to cleanse. The very traits that cause you shame or frustration are often my raw materials, waiting to be sanctified and redirected for my glory. Your quick temper, when surrendered, becomes a zeal for my house. Your sensitivity, when healed, becomes a conduit for my compassion. Then comes the discipline of hiddenness. For a significant season, I will hide you. Your gifts will seem unnoticed. Your ideas will be overlooked. Your contributions may be credited to others. This is a deep cut to the flesh, but a surgery for the spirit. In the hidden place, I am protecting you from a fame you are not yet ready to handle. I am detoxifying you from the need for human applause. I am building in you a history of obedience known only to me, creating a foundation of integrity that no future platform can shake. Joseph in the prison, David in the caves, Jesus in the wilderness. These were not setbacks. They were the essential hidden chapters where the mark was internalized, where character caught up with calling. Your hidden season is not a sign of my rejection, but of my severe preparation. Trust the process. This entire ordeal is governed by one principle. The separation is for union. Every layer removed brings you closer to your true self in me. Every comfort disrupted creates space for my presence. Every mirrored flaw surrendered becomes a point of transformation. Every lonely hour deepens your dependency. Every hidden day strengthens your authenticity. You are not being torn apart. You are being set apart, like a precious stone being carefully removed from clinging, common earth to be placed in a crown. Do you recognize this process in your own story? Can you look back and see my hand in the disruptions, the lonely places, the confrontations, the seasons of obscurity? If you can, then you are seeing the mark at work. It is a guarantee that I am faithful to complete what I have begun in you. Acknowledge this work. Yield to it afresh. Speak this prayer of surrender over the process. I yield to the work of the mark. My beloved, the process of being set apart has a clear and glorious destination. It is not an endless cycle of pruning and pain. It is a purposeful journey toward a specific state of being. I am separating you from the world to establish you in your true, authoritative identity in me. This is the fruit of the mark, the emergence of a son or daughter who knows their origin, their authority, and their assignment. The unease you once felt within yourself, the sense of not belonging, is being transformed into the unshakable confidence of one who knows exactly where their home is and whose authority they carry. The first evidence of this established identity is sovereign peace. This is not the absence of conflict. It is a fortress in the midst of siege. As the mark does its work, you will find your center of gravity shifting from external circumstances to the internal reality of my presence. What once would have shattered your peace for days now becomes a surface disturbance. You feel it, you process it with me, and you return to calm. This peace baffles the world. It is your first and greatest sign of authority. For only those who are firmly rooted in a kingdom that cannot be shaken can remain unshaken themselves. Your peace is a declaration that you answer to a higher government than the chaos around you. From this peace flows unshakable conviction. The opinions of others, the trends of culture, the pressure to conform, these things lose their power to define you. You no longer survey the room to gauge what is acceptable before you speak. You speak from the conviction born of my word and my spirit within you. This is not stubbornness, it is spiritual clarity. You know what you know because I have revealed it. This conviction gives weight to your words and steadiness to your stance. People may disagree, but they cannot dismiss you, for they sense an anchor in your spirit that their arguments cannot drag. You become a pillar of truth in a shifting landscape. Next, you will operate in spiritual discernment as a native language. Where you once struggled to distinguish my voice from others or to sense the atmosphere of a place, it will become second nature. You will walk into a room and instantly perceive the spiritual currents. You will listen to a person and hear the heart cry beneath their words. You will face a decision and know the path of life with a quiet certainty. This discernment is the mark's wisdom in operation. It is your spiritual senses, fully awakened and trained. You are no longer easily deceived because you have learned to see as I see. This discernment protects you, guides you, and equips you to minister with precision to the hidden wounds in others. With this comes the authority of alignment. Your prayers will change. They will become less about pleading and more about declaring. You will begin to speak to mountains of sickness, lack, and oppression with the authority of one who knows they are standing on the finished work of the cross and operating under the commission of heaven. This authority is not loud or boastful. It is calm and commanding. It is the authority of a trusted ambassador who knows the full weight of their king's decree lies behind their words. You will see circumstances bow, not to your will, but to the will of my Father which you have come to know and boldly articulate. This is the authority for which you were set apart. Finally, you will walk in purposeful gravitas. Your life will carry a weight of glory, a substance that makes room for you. People will sense a history in your spirit, a history of overcoming, of intimacy with me, of battles won in secret. This gravitas is not heaviness. It is the profound depth of a soul that has been with me on the mountain and in the valley. It commands respect without demanding it. It draws the hungry and silences the mocking. It is the unmistakable evidence of a life that has been thoroughly and successfully set apart for its master's use. My precious one, this is your destination. The confusion lifts, the striving ceases. You step into the easy yoke and light burden of simply being who I created you to be. You are no longer trying to become set apart. You are living from that reality. The mark is no longer a hidden seal, but a visible glory. You are a living testament to the power of a life consecrated, not to a religion, but to a relationship with the living God. Do you see this horizon? Does it stir a deep longing and a confident yes within you? This is the promise held within the mark. It is your inheritance. If your spirit resonates with this destiny, declare your agreement. Speak this declaration of emergence. I walk in the authority of the mark. My beloved, now we arrive at the crossroads of understanding and action. To know you are set apart is one thing. To live daily from that reality is another. This is the sacred stewardship of the mark. It requires a conscious, practical partnership with my spirit. The world will constantly try to lure you back into its mold, to dull the distinct edges of your consecration, to make you common again. Your role is to vigilantly guard and actively cultivate this set-apart life. Let me show you the daily postures that protect and propagate the mark upon your life. First, you must practice intentional seclusion. This is not the isolation of the process, but the chosen solitude of the steward. You must carve out non-negotiable time to be alone with me, away from all voices and demands. In this seclusion, you are not hiding from the world. You are realigning with heaven. Here in the quiet, I recalibrate your heart, wash off the dust of the world's systems, and re-impress the mark upon your spirit. This is where you remember who you are and whose you are. Without this daily, weekly, seasonal seclusion, the noise of the world will slowly erode the clarity of your calling. Guard this time as the most critical appointment of your life. Second, you must adopt sacred selectivity. Not every open door is your door. Not every good opportunity is your assignment. Not every friendly person is your covenant connection. The mark means you are on a specific mission, and distractions will come dressed as blessings. You must learn to ask, does this align with the purpose for which I am set apart? This applies to relationships, projects, entertainment, and even thoughts. You filter everything through the grid of your consecration. This will mean saying no to things that are good, in order to say yes to what is best and assigned. This selectivity is not arrogance, it is obedience. It is the discipline of a focused athlete who refuses anything that hinders the race marked out for them. Third, you must embrace visible distinctiveness. There are areas where your set-apart nature must be obvious, not to boast, but to testify. Your integrity in business dealings when cutting corners is the norm. Your purity in relationships when compromise is expected. Your joy in lack when anxiety is common. Your forgiveness when bitterness is justified. These are the visible edges of the mark. They are the peculiar traits that make you a living signpost. Do not camouflage these traits to blend in. Let them shine. Your distinctiveness is not a personal preference. It is a prophetic statement about my character. It forces the world to ask questions and creates openings for you to give an answer for the hope that you have. Fourth, you must engage in targeted intercession. Your spiritual sight sharpened by the mark, comes with a responsibility to pray. You will see needs, strongholds, and destinies that others miss. Your prayers are not generic, they are precise spiritual warfare. When you discern an atmosphere of despair over a place, pray light. When you sense a spirit of deception over a leader, pray truth. When you feel opposition rising against a divine purpose, pray breakthrough. Your set-apart life grants you access to spiritual intelligence, and your prayers are the ordnance you drop on those targets. This is a core function of your calling, to stand in the gap, to enforce heaven's will in earth's realm through your authorized petitions. Finally, you must operate in bold obedience to the nudges. I will lead you with gentle prompts, to speak to a stranger, to give a specific amount, to step away from a situation, to create something new. These nudges are the mark's navigation system. To ignore them is to live a common life. To obey them, especially when they make no logical sense, is to walk in the supernatural flow of your set-apart destiny. Each obedience deepens the channel through which my power and purpose can flow through you. It is the practical outworking of, "My sheep, hear my voice." Your willingness to follow the subtle, strange, or seemingly small instructions is the proof that the mark governs your life. My precious one, this stewardship is your high calling. It is the daily art of living a heaven-centered life on earth. It will feel costly at times. You will be misunderstood. You will forfeit short-term gains. But you will gain a life of profound meaning, inexplicable peace, and divine impact. You are a keeper of the flame, a guardian of a sacred trust. Do you accept this stewardship? Does your spirit rise to the call of such a disciplined, glorious walk? If so, then voice your commitment. Let this be your pledge of daily partnership with my purposes. Speak it now. I will steward the mark. My beloved, we have journeyed to the summit of this revelation. You have seen the mark, understood its purpose, yielded to its process, glimpsed its destination, and accepted its stewardship. Now, I speak a final commissioning word over you. This is not an end, but a genesis. The understanding you now hold is a weapon, a compass, and a crown. It is time to step out of the chamber of teaching and into the field of your assignment, fully embracing what it means to be a set-apart one in a world desperate for authentic light. Hear this, and let it settle into the core of your being. Your set-apartness is your greatest contribution to the world. The enemy has lied to you, whispering that being different is a liability, that to be effective you must blend, to be influential you must conform. This is a deadly deception. The world is not healed by those who reflect its own sickness. It is healed by antidotes, by contrasts, by living examples of a superior reality. Your peace heals chaos. Your integrity rebukes corruption. Your love melts cynicism. Your hope dispels despair. You are not called to fit into the broken system. You are called to present a living alternative to it. Every time you choose to live from your consecrated identity, you are not just making a personal choice. You are injecting a viral strain of heaven's kingdom into the earthly realm. Therefore, from this day forward, walk with a new consciousness. You are not a wanderer. You are a stationed ambassador. Your home, your resources, your backing, your mandate are all from a kingdom that cannot be shaken. Let this truth dissolve all insecurity. When you speak, you are not offering a personal opinion. You are representing a divine perspective. When you act, you are not merely pursuing personal goals. You are enforcing heavenly policy. The authority you carry is borrowed yet real. The peace you exhibit is inherited yet powerful. The love you demonstrate is received yet transformative. Now understand the dynamic of your new relationships. You will attract and you will repel. Your light will draw those who are hungry, weary, and seeking truth. It will also repel those who are committed to darkness, complacency, and control. Do not grieve over those who pull away. Do not cling to those who leave. I am using the magnetism of your mark to gather your true divine connections. Those who will run with you, fight alongside you, and build with you. The separation in your relationships is not a curse of loneliness. It is the divine curation of your covenant circle. Bless those who depart, and open your arms wide to those I am sending. Finally, my precious one, I release you into a season of manifest distinction. The hidden work is yielding visible fruit. The prayers you've sown in tears will be reaped in joy. The character forged in private will be displayed on public platforms. The wisdom gained in obscurity will be sought by leaders. Do not shrink back. This is not for your glory, but for the demonstration of my faithfulness to a life that is fully given over to me. The world will look at you and see a person who cannot be explained by talent, education, or circumstance alone. They will see a life touched by God, and they will have to acknowledge that there is a God in Israel, a God who marks, prepares, and glorifies those who are his own. So go. Go into your family and be the peacemaker. Go into your workplace and be the standard of excellence and integrity. Go into the digital spaces and be the voice of grace and truth. Go into the secret place and be the faithful intercessor. You are set apart for all of this and more. Carry this identity with holy confidence. When confusion comes, remember the mark. When opposition rises, remember the mark. When loneliness visits, remember the mark. It is your seal, your purpose, your protection, and your promise. The revelation is complete. The commission is given. Now, it is your time. If you are ready to embrace this life, to walk in this truth, and to shine with this distinct purpose, then let your spirit roar its agreement with the final, foundational declaration. Speak it with all the conviction I have placed within you. I am set apart. Amen. My beloved family, if this word has found a home in your spirit, if you felt the deep resonance of truth, naming the sacred difference within you, the purpose behind the pressure, and the glory of the mark upon your life, then you understand this is more than a message. This is the sound of a tribe being summoned, a family of the set apart, those who bear the seal of heaven and are learning to walk in its authority together. You are not alone. This revelation was for you, but its power multiplies when shared. It is for every weary soul who has felt like a stranger in their own world, for every seeker wondering why the common paths feel so confining, for every heart that aches for a community where depth is celebrated, not questioned. And now, you have a role to play in bringing this light to others. First, anchor yourself here. If this place has been a source of clarity, strength, and affirmation for your journey, then do not let this connection be momentary. Click subscribe and turn on all notifications. By subscribing, you are planting your flag in this ground. You are declaring, "This truth nourishes my set-apart spirit. This is where I am reminded of my identity." You are also helping this light pierce deeper into the darkness. Every subscriber becomes another beacon on the map, guiding other set-apart ones back to their truth. Second, for those stirred to sow into this sacred work. If this ministry has been a lifeline, a clarifying voice in your confusion, and you feel led to support its mission practically, you can do so through Super Chat during our live streams. Your support is not a mere donation, it is a spiritual partnership. It is a declaration that this message must echo further, reaching the isolated, the misunderstood, those still hiding their mark in shame. Your generosity enables us to produce more content, reach wider platforms, and be a steady source of light for those searching. Third, I invite you into the inner sanctuary. For those yearning for deeper connection, consistent fellowship, and closer alignment with others on this distinct path, consider joining our channel membership. This is your dedicated space beyond the public teachings, a place for exclusive deep dive studies, intimate live Q&A sessions where we seek understanding together, and a private community of fellow set-apart souls who truly understand your journey. It is a curated fellowship for the marked ones, a haven designed for you. My precious set-apart family, this world needs your distinct light now more than ever. And you need a community that reflects that light back to you, that strengthens your resolve and celebrates your unique calling. Let us not walk this consecrated path in isolated silence any longer. Take your purposeful step now. Subscribe to stay anchored and connected. Use Super Chat to sow into this work and have your voice highlighted. Join the membership to come inside, to find your tribe, and to go deeper into your calling. Click the join button below. Let's build this house for the set apart together. Your presence here is by divine design. This is your tribe. This is your time. I love you. I am with you. Now go and live as who you are. Amen.